Here you go. My finished BYO guitar kit. It's been a little over 3 months since I started this project, and I've had some ups and downs with it, and a lot of help from a lot of really good people, which I will get into. But let's take a look at it. Nice honey burst. If you remember, it was a really light quilted maple top, which I kept a light color. I didn't want to cover it too much, and I went with a nice honey burst top. Kept the top, the headstock natural, with my own logo design. VME, Venancio, Michelle, Emily. Venancio's me, Michelle's my wife, and Emily's our daughter. And Mighty, which is the nickname my brother had given me when I was very young and still calls me to this day. So I thought it was fitting for my first guitar build. In the back, we have it right here. Just a natural mahogany type stain. I didn't go fancy. I really wanted to keep it natural back there. And I chose cream pickup cover rings as opposed to the black ones that it come with, and amber knobs with a cream switch. And there's a jack plate and everything. And I installed some strap locks. So let's talk about the kit. Basic review of the kit. For the money, I don't think you're going to beat BYO's kits. Some of them are a little bit more pricey than the lower priced ones you can buy on eBay for like $130, $150. This one's about, I think, $239, $240. You can correct me if I'm wrong there on the price, but I think you're going to get a little bit better quality here with BYO. There's a couple things that are not great. Obviously, your hardware isn't going to be stellar. Your pickups are not stellar. All that stuff is pretty much upgradable through the BYO website themselves, right when you order the kit, or if you look at their accessories. So you have a lot of options there of pickup upgrades and all that stuff. But this thing came stock. This was a Christmas gift, so everything was stock. So I'll talk about a couple of little things that I had issues with. The neck first. The neck was a little loose. So you have to really be careful when gluing that neck in. Measure 2, 3, 4 times. I made sure I measured 3 times before I put an ounce of glue in the neck and glued it on. So everything was straight, everything came up tried and true. So make sure you do that before you glue the neck. Wiring it, because you're wiring a semi-hollow, you have to do everything through the sound holes. That was a nightmare. That's probably why it's taken so long. For one, the wiring harness that came with it, while pre-wired, was so chintzy, everything just fell apart the second you try to put everything in there. So I wound up replacing that. I just got a wiring harness from eBay, just from an Epiphone Les Paul, which came with a way better switch, more like a Switchcraft switch, and 500K alpha pots. The pots that came with says they're 500K, but they're really small, so I don't know that they are or not. They could be. But talking to some people that they're suspect. I've made a great friend through this build who built this very guitar, who I kind of discovered on Pinterest, and he was kind enough to call me and be a mentor and give me advice during the whole build, which I really appreciate. Justin, you know you are out there. And he told me the pots, tend to be suspect. The bridge, again, something that you probably want to upgrade. The one it comes with is a really small ABR1 type of bridge, which doesn't give you a lot of play for action, or for intonation rather. I chose to upgrade to a Tone Bros. You could use the stock bridge and you could still probably get a good tone out of it and all that stuff. A lot of guitars, come with that very same type of bridge and they're fine, but I just like a little bit of a thicker bridge to get more play for intonation. And because it locks in, it kind of helps increase sustain. The pickups are stock, but again, I changed the pickup rings. And the tuners are stock. They're fine. There's a lot of kind of debate about tuners and tuning machine heads out there saying they slip. Well, it's very rare you're going to find a tuner, even at 12.1 ratio, that's going to slip. With age, they might go, so you might consider replacing them. But these are fine, just as good as the Grovers I have on some of my other guitars, and as good as any Kluson. It stays in tune if you wire it. I mean, if you string it up right and lock it in, you really shouldn't have any tuning issues. And if you are, you might want to look at your nut. Not automatically jump to spend 100 something bucks on new tuners. Spend $10 on a new nut, get a nice graphite nut. This is the stock nut. I probably will change it to a graphite one or a bone, just to give it a little play. And a couple of the slots here are a little bit cut, a little bit deep, which gives me a little bit of fret buzz. I mean, that sounds really bad. You can see I have a little bit of fret buzz there. And that could also be because of the frets. The frets are pretty nicely in there, but I can see a couple spots where they might need to be hammered down, and they definitely need to be dressed. So I'm going to get this to my my guitar tech soon, let him get it squared away for me. But I got it close. It's playing pretty good. The action's a little high, but it plays pretty nice. And I think it came out pretty good. The other thing you need to be wary of is the veneer on this thing. It's really paper thin. So when you're hammering in your posts for your bridge, be very, very careful. Now, I have a little crack. It's hairline, and I can't even hardly see it, but I know it's there, so it bothers me after doing all that finish, that I got a little crack in the veneer. What I used to finish it was wood tone guitar finishing, which they offer from the BYO website. I believe it's a company of Australia. And you put everything on with a rag. You sand down to 220, you apply your coat, let it dry, you rub it down with some 4-0 steer wool, apply another coat, and keep going that way until you're satisfied. And then they have their gloss top coats. It's a high gloss, satin gloss, either with an aging tint or non-aging tint. And it doesn't give you a really, say, nitro shine or anything like that. But it's okay. It's a little bit more worn finish. It kind of lends it to a more satiny kind of feel, definitely on the neck as well. And if you're anything like me, who tends to have sweaty hands, Gibson necks can be a little sticky, and nitrocellulose rather. So it feels good. The neck, I wish it was a little thicker, just because I like a little bit more meaty neck, but it's nice. It's a decent sized neck. It's not paper thin. It's wider than a 60s neck. So it's kind of a soft C, I would say. So that's it, the BYO guitar kit. I'll let you hear a little bit more of it. We started off the video with a little bit of the bridge pickup, so let's hear the neck pickup. And again, I said these are stock. I'm going to change them eventually, probably, but I just wanted to see how they sounded. Not too bad. Not too great, but not too bad. They lack a little clarity that you typically get from inexpensive pickups. You're not going to get really nice crisp mids, especially within the neck pickup and all that stuff, but for its purpose, they sound pretty decent. You know, you have a good decent amp, you can dial in the tone. I'm running everything through my Black Star HD Club 40, which is my main gig rig. I wanted to play that amp, and maybe one day I'll do a kind of a review of that amp, which is a killer amp. Get like 20 different tones out of it. But right now I just kind of have it on a Marshall-y type of, tube saturation kind of vibe, which I dig. So let's hear this neck pickup. I'll try to start off a little cleaner, and then bring it up to a little more high gain, and we'll rock out. it up a notch. Okay, kind of a middle position. Both pickups on, and that bridge pickup again. There you go, my BYO guitar kit. Go out and get one. They're awesome. It's a lot of fun if you're into guitars and you want to kind of learn about the process of building. I recommend them. It's a great website. Their customer service is awesome. I've emailed them a couple times about other things that I've been thinking about, and even emailed them about this guitar when I was finishing it. And they got back to me within, I think, 24 hours or less. They really get back to you. It's really great. And they have a custom shop, a USA custom shop, where they have a bunch of models, a couple original models, and now they just came out with a couple of new ones that really look cool. And these are obviously the overseas models were more, inexpensive. The custom shop's a little bit more expensive, but you're getting a quality American-made piece of wood, and they're hand fit. If you're doing a set neck, if you're doing a bolt-on, everything's going to fit really good. So I'm thinking about one of those for the next one, or maybe even precision guitar kits, which don't come with any of the bells and whistles of the hardware, but I have a whole stockpile of parts, so I might go with that. But the BYOs are great, and I definitely plan on building another BYO guitar kit. The wood tone guitar finishing's great. That company, again, really great. I emailed them a bunch of times asking advice on finishing and all that to try to get my burst, and they got back to me right away, even all the way from Australia. So that's it. BYO Semihollow guitar kit, PRS kind of style. Awesome guitar. It's going to be even better one day when I can get it to my guitar tech, who's better at setting these things up than I am. But right now, it's pretty darn good, and I'm pretty happy with it, and I can't wait to play it for many years to come.